Why hello there, fellow scientists, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Ostranauts, episode 36, All Hail the Reactor Room. So here's our reactor core, and then I'll start adding parts to the reactor core once this is done. And I'm intentionally keeping this ship vacuumed so that once I clean everything up and move everything around, I can put the bins back in. There is one hole here that lacks where the bin got removed. I'll find the flooring for that eventually. I haven't forgotten. Okay, reactor's good. I am going to install Albrights around the perimeter of the reactor, hooked up to the walls. So initially, when you're turning on your reactor, it draws from your batteries, and then you can have your reactor feed power back to recharge your batteries. Sometimes you'll find reactors built in such a way where it has like dedicated batteries with a switch. I don't bother with that. So that part's done. Let's find the floors and patch that hole before I forget. So I think it's right here. Yep. Cool. So now we're airtight again until we undo that, obviously. Next up, let's do fuel regulation. Pick up the fuel regulator and install it here. Fuel regulator is one of the longer, bulkier items in a reactor. Your reactor only needs one of those. In fact, it shouldn't have more than one. Whereas pellet feeders, it can support two. So we'll go install the pellet feeders in. Oh, she's helping. Why is she so... Oh, she must be better electrical engineering than I am. Are you also out of tools? No, you got charge. Oh, no. I had that inverse. I was using the wrong person. So, Megan, go auto task. And the other pellet feeder. I do have a whole uninstalled row of floors. Yeah, I accidentally did that. I'm going to focus on the, oops, don't do that. I'm going to focus on the reactor for now. I'm not juggling more than just a task at a time. I ain't got time for that. Alright, so now that that's done, let's get core pump. There's only one core pump that gets installed. Bring that down. And install it here. Next, cryo pump. Only one cryo pump. Where is my cryo pump? Here it is. Oh, it's broken. I guess we'll repair it. There goes my gratifying culinary experience. However, now that I'm pressurized, have a sip of water. I'm going to restore this just a little bit, and then let's go install it. Aren't I? Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, cryo pumps in. I'm going to need to move the dolly a little bit. It's going to be in the way. And the ossifex pens. And the door. All right. Next up, we have the capacitor. The capacitor, much like the fuel regulator, has two things that can be installed alongside it. So we'll do a capacitor here, and then the two lasers next to it. And once I'm done with this, I can explain what every part does and why it's necessary. Now, technically, you can run a fusion reactor off of one laser, one fuel pellet. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you need a 1-to-1 ratio of pellet feeders to lasers, because the pellet feeders feed fuel into the reactor, and then the lasers, you know, make it cause the fusion or whatever. But I usually try to do a 2-to-2 if I can. There we go. So now we have core pump, fuel regulator, 2 pellets, capacitor, 2 lasers, cryo. What I don't have yet is the cryo tank installed, the heavy water tank installed, and the MHD installed. So the MHD allows you to recharge your batteries once your reactor's running. Actually, I'm going to move my core pump. Yeah. Unpaid debt? What? Unpaid debt? I don't care. It's... the late penalties aren't much. Alright, there we go. So this has all the components needed that is attached. So let me open an overlay so that you know what I'm talking about. So, 2 field coils, which are installed underneath the reactor core. 4 reactor core components. 1 MHD right here, which converts fusion power back into battery power. We have 2 pellet feeders, not 1. We have a 1 fuel regulator, 1 laser capacitor. We have, here, let me pan over so you can see. 2 lasers, 1 cryo pump. I don't yet have the cryo tank or heavy water tank, and then we have 3 heavy helium tanks. So we have everything we need. So let's put the cryo tank and the heavy water tanks in. That would be the last step for working fusion. And I was thinking to put them here and there on the other side. So 1 here. Actually, cancel. I don't want it that close to the wall. Go. Install. Oh, no, that will overlap. So I will have to have it here. That's okay. Put it there. Because I don't want them overlapping in the midline. Oh, out of power. Let's just pay for power. $20 of power, and we're back up and running. All right, so the other side is gonna... Actually, I'll bump... No, I'm gonna move it. I'm gonna choose to move it. Auto task, because it won't be as symmetrical otherwise. I thought I turned off my alarms. Apparently not. So maybe to make it fit, I'll do the other side first. And also this intake can be sold at some point. Nope, dolly needs to move. What the hell? You pick the frickin' dolly up! No, put the cryo tank down. Put this down. I think when we ran out of power, the console was like, oh, I'm gonna reset my alarm. You know what? No, don't do that. I don't want to deal with the venting. So, yeah. I can't have it be any higher because of the helium. I could bump out the outer walls here. I think the best bet is to have it here and then maybe move the MHD. So that it's not like a wall. Because I could put the MHD here and it doesn't actually block walking. And then I might shift things around. But for now, I'm mostly concerned about the heavy water tank. Which can go right here, opposite it. Leaving plenty of space between them so that they don't overlap and they don't have problems. So I will eventually be able to get a helium tank here, and that will be 4 helium, 1 heavy water, 1 cryo. So if these tanks were full, technically we have a, here, back to where, so you can see me. Technically we have the full fusion setup already. Yep. Good, good, good. Yeah, I actually, the cryo pump there, the core pump there is kind of fine. I'm fine with it. So, looks pretty nice. Now, the question is whether or not I want to isolate the reactor room on its own or not. By like putting walls here. One of the reasons not to do that is it would, so opening up the overlay for rooms, if I have a dedicated reactor room, well, the value modifier for the reactor room is 1.6. So I actually might want a reactor room separated out because there's no, as you can see, there's nothing forbidden in that. So I want to reduce the amount of stuff that's within the reactor room to lower the cost the most possible. Because if I'll just explain what I mean. So if I come over to the ship evaluation portal, you'll see exactly what I mean. And Sea Turtle, thank you for the resub. Cheers. So over here, ship rating. Rate ship. So if I go to rooms here, oh, the other is in a room. Oh, because I have the open floor. Right, right. So this is a bad example. So I have an open bridge, which isn't worth very much. I'm surprised that's even a bridge. Wait, why? Open bridge doesn't have any. Okay, so a closed bridge. So it's an open bridge because I included a toilet in that, and that reduced the value of that room by 20%. So totally intentional. Let's fix that flooring thing so that I can show you the reason to enclose the reactor. I forgot that I have like open floor area. So I'll probably need to dump the dolly and move some stuff around. Do they have plumbing to the game? Not really. I mean, they have sinks and toilets, but they're not really plumbed. Especially not sinks. They just kind of exist in a very funny way where you have to like fill them manually with water and then you can use them. They're like camp sinks or something. All right. What's in this dolly? God, a little bit of everything. I'm gonna litter up K-Leg a little bit so that I can do some fixes. Sorry, K-Leg. So we have a nav console that's like in the way, fully exacerbating the problem. This isn't even fixed yet. Oh my god. I'm gonna drag it off ship. Fix that later. Okay, so there's this whole floor thing, gap, whatever, that we want to replace, because I accidentally uninstalled it. Yeah, not exactly an accident, but I set it up to be uninstalled and didn't mean to. So where are my floor panels? That is a very... I'm holding 3 of them. These are gray colored, and these are gray colored too. There they are. Just nested. Let's try to make this somewhat attractive and symmetrical. So I'll manually install it so that it's not weird as hell. I'm trying very hard not to accidentally jettison it, because that's really easy to do. Because in the contextual menu, sometimes installation is like 3, sometimes it's 4, and then jettison's the... I feel like jettison needs to be like, not a number key, but like X, right? Like a dedicated bind for jettison, so that you can't just like, oops, I got rid of the very valuable thing that I happened to be holding accidentally, I didn't mean to. Like, because, been there, done that, it sucks. Where are some other... Oh yeah, here's some more floors. Yeah, I dumped my dolly so many times. I've dumped my dolly like, I don't know, even 2 or 3 times in this series alone. And like, technically I save scum. I didn't die. As you can see, my death counter is still 0 above my head, but I save scum for the dolly. I chalk that up to I'm an idiot sometimes. Also, you know, after streaming for like 10 hours, you know, fatigue, etc. Do we have any other nice floors? I have an idea. How many of these gray floors do I have? 5? Perfect. See, the install changed from 4 to 3. Jettison wasn't on the bar, but it would be very easy to just screw that up and like scrap a floor or something. Alright, my O2 is getting low, probably on both me and Megan. So once I'm done airtighting this, I'll buy new aux bottles. Because I'm not planning on pressurizing the ship just yet, because I want to install the cargo bays. In order to store the cargo bays, I need more more uninstalled floorboards. So even where I'm uninstalling floorboards right now, it's very possible that I undo that just to put the bays in. Because I think the bay is probably going to go around here or something. Alright, let's go buy the aux bottles. So, you know, we don't asphyxiate while working. So don't send to the barter zone. Please. I don't want to go fishing around for aux bottles. Aux bottles are cheap as hell. You can refill them yourself. It's just, like, pure chaos to try to do. So I don't. Because you usually just blow them up. So I would only ever do that in a pinch. All right, so she's 100% oxygen, 80% bat, and I'm about the same. So, yeah, we're fine. Okay, let's try to put this bay in now, huh? Maybe the bay... So if I hit install... Oh, I could put it right here. Oh, that's real sleek. I like that a lot. So that's where I'm going to try to put it in. And I'd really like a bay on the other side at some point, but there wasn't one for sale. So that will wait until, you know, the Sundries or sells me one, because they're pretty uncommon to find in my experience. And then once the bay is installed, I'll show you why it might be a good idea to enclose a reactor, because the reactor room modifier is higher than most of the other modifiers, so it would be best if the reactor room wasn't valued highly. Or rather, the whole ship wasn't valued highly, so that we avoid, you know, pirate things. And the bay is storage, yeah. It's just a big storage bin, like, with a special name. So, finally got the bay in. And, yeah, here's... Oh, I guess there was floorboards in it. Here, as you can see, it's a 3x6. And you can walk on it. That's primarily why I wanted it. And I'd like another bay over here. And the idea for this is we would have repair materials and supplies in these bins stored relatively close to the front of the ship. Now, the other thing is there's no way to make this truly symmetrical because the airlock is offset. Whether or not we, like, square up the front here is for debate for the cargo. I might do it just because it wouldn't be a ton of effort, and we already don't have oxygen, right? So it's not like we're bleeding out atmo or something. So I'll probably end up doing that. Which means if we want to square up, orders. Uninstall wall and conduit here. Oops, not there. I'll fix that. Cancel. So the plan is just to have it be a nice box in the front. And we'll auto task that. I've got enough drill power. So I just want like a big old rectangle here so I can just dump salvaged goods quickly. Oh my god, shut up, Prox Alarm. I don't care. Let him hit me. I'd love that. I wouldn't really, but constant warnings is very annoying. I'm not going to square the whole side. That's a lot more floors than I would be able to buy. I'm trying to keep this, again, within scope. I'm not really looking for feedback for the designs, because if I'm not doing something, there's probably a pretty good reason for not doing it. And that reason is probably time. Alright. Now, I need to get the dolly and clean up all those walls, because they're in the way of installing floors. And I think the dolly is already full of walls. Yes. Yes, it is. I don't want to sell the walls because I'm probably going to use them in a minute once we have the floors installed. Oh my god, it's getting chunky. Game's like, you're doing too much! It's like, I know. Too much going on. Well, I mean, we're moving towards the end zone. For whatever it's worth. All right. I don't think I care too much about the color of the floors underneath. So how many floors do we need? I have 8 on me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have all the floors for the right side already. So I'm just going to dump them on the ground to do an install. And then the left, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I think, I don't know, there might be floors like around that I don't know about. So I'm just going to queue this up and see how my people deal with the task. I can't see. And then if we run out of floors, putting them in, I'll just buy some more. Because they're mostly going underneath walling. Yeah, I think I just ran and got a bunch of floors. Good. And then the dolly full of walls is like right here, so we'll be able to reinstall walls very fast. Oh, look, we have, we can repair sections we didn't have access to before. Install. It's not a terrible idea to incorporate access hatches or doors. I think I kind of want to. Here might be a bad place for it. Maybe here's better. Well, that's where our antenna is. Or here. Something that can airlock. I'm trying to think. Let me slow down speed time because it's driving me crazy. I'd like it near the front though. So actually, you know what? I'll just do it here. I think what we could do is we could say like it's going to be challenging. Well, so here's the thinking. If I double line everything in order to have it be protected from strikes, I want to be able to go out to space easily. So I'm going to willingly lose some floor space to increase the ease in which we can leave our ship. Meaning having double airlocks on both sides. It's a little redundant given that the airlock's up here. It would actually make more sense over here, like midship. Maybe I'll make it make more sense. So we'll have one in the front and 2 midship. The reason why not to use the hatches is they do take a very long time to open and close. They suck bad for that. So if we wanted a midship, orders, uninstall, walls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I know that light is going to be moved. that right? Yep, okay. Let's fast forward time and see how they do. What happens to doors and hatches in the event of micrometeorites? If they're airlocked, double gapped, like the outside might break. But I'm not planning on them having be unarmored. I intend once this is, once the internals of this is done, I'll add like a layer of armor to everything. It adds weight, but it protects us too. Would an airlock near the reactor be? These airlocks are close enough to service the reactor. It's just exiting here to try to get there sucks. So I'm just making it more convenient, but it doesn't need to be perfect. I'm not, again, going for perfect. This task, I would even go so far as to say it's like unnecessary, but a pretty nice convenience. Where's that dolly? Using the dolly to clean out the floors or the walls. And then we'll get doors in here. No, we're already using the exit. That's convenient. You know, it's nice when you're immediately putting it to good use. All right. Then, here's where it gets a little messy. But we're going to want floors like that, right? Because I want to airlock it. I don't want, when we go out servicing, to super vent a lot of stuff. So that was a 5x7? Or a 2x7, rather? Is that the same? Yeah. Okay. I don't know if we have the floor tiles for this, but like luckily with auto task, if we have them, they'll do them. If they don't have them, they won't do them. The airlock has some redundancies, and I'm planning on putting a door in here, so it's there's an airlock up here too. Oh, some of the floors are getting delivered, so I guess we did have floor tiles. Someone must have gone into the inner cabin, because it's freaking out now. Hey, why is this open? Don't do that. That's probably where some of our floors were stored or something. I don't know. But it did make them freak out. Alright, so it's very possible at this point. Let's take a look. How much of this floor have we... None? Okay, let's buy some floors. And I don't care if it matches, mismatched, whatever. So, do they have stacks of floors? No, just like a few. Stack one. Oh, God. How about supplies? Is that... You know, we could do it, leave it undone and go dock somewhere to do it. Because I don't even think they have enough floors for it, unless we have floors stocked somewhere around here. Cheers. I feel like we delivered the floors, though. What are you doing with that wall, Megan? Why are you dragging a wall around with you? You trying to work slower for no reason? It's like a union thing? Where is my people? Why am I watching the... Oh, is it... No, it's 8... Are we out of tool power? No? Where am I? That's not even... That's Megan? Where am I? What's going on? Wait, we were... Okay, I was still working, I think. Maybe. It might just be the fact that there's just like nothing to repair. Hard to believe, but like very possible. Because her drill is out. So at least that's fair. She went and recreated because she couldn't do any more work. Thank you for tuning in to Ostranauts, which originally streamed live on Twitch January 11th and January 12th as a marathon, continuing where we left off in the December marathon of Ostranauts as well. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, people that turned out to join in on the marathon, and also viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow astronauts.